Hey, you. You're probably wondering, what is Crusader Kings 3? Well, Crusader Kings 3 is a grand strategy and dynasty simulation game where you conquer territories, whether it's through crusades or just straight out war, gathering resources, building up your greatest empire while taking down others. But today we have a twist. We are doing the Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 3. Basically, this brings everything from the books and the show into one grand mod for this game, and my god, is it the best mod you can play for this game. And basically our goal in this mod is to take over all of Westeros while still controlling the east side of the map, basically conquering the entire world. Now this is going to take a long time, so this is going to be done in parts, but I greatly appreciate you guys watching and I hope you guys have fun. The next part will be even grander. Thank you guys and have a good time. So this is Crusader Kings 3. I'm sure I explained it before. It is the A Game of Thrones mod for it, or technically A Song of Ice and Fire. I think it's more coded to the books than it is the show. I'm not too sure. But yeah, our goal is just going to be to take over all of Westeros. So this is going to be an extremely long process. So this is going to take me days to get to. I'm going to try and condense this video as much as I can, but we'll see. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's make our character and pick a start date. So we're going to start at the War of the Five Kings. I think this is a good start date to get to because we're going to start in Essos, on this side of the map where my cursor is kinda. So while we're starting to build up our empire, these guys are all going to be at war. So I'm going to fix the settings. I'm pretty sure you can make it so it's pretty much as lore accurate as it possibly can. So, you know, Robb should lose this war, Stannis should lose the war, you know, things like that happen in the show as well as the books. So we'll see what ends up happening. But hopefully it stays accurate. It doesn't matter because we're not playing as any of these characters. We're pretty much just going to start in the east and come over to Westeros and conquer. So we're going to start here. I think it's a good start date. We're going to have time to develop as, you know, things in Westeros as this side of the map starts to like have things go down. So yeah, let's make our custom ruler. So I was going to make a stupid looking character, but to change the settings, there's so many settings and so many buttons, it's just too much for me to go through right now. So this is what we have. I tried not to give him overpowered stuff. You can see right here it says 913 points, which exceeds the achievement limit, but you can't get achievements because this is modded. But I just want to show what really caused it was we are going to be a dragon rider, so that really like pushes the limit. I try not to give him too many crazy traits. It's just mainly traits that will fit this run. So we gave him dragon rider, dragon dreams, knight, burned, August, family hierarch, gallant, and wise man. For his personality, he has ambitious, brave, patient, greedy, lustful, and authoritative. So like I said, I try not to go too overpowered because I want this to be fun, but I also want to give him traits that fit with if he was going to take over Westeros, you know what I mean? If he was going to take over the Iron Throne, he's got to be authoritative and he has to be patient while being brave and ambitious. So stuff that kind of makes sense. Greedy is just always good to throw in for more money because where we're starting, we're going to be broke. So these are our emblems very quickly, just to show. I like this emblem a lot. It's dragon. We've got the dragon, and we've also got our main family heraldry here with the golden sun. So this is the dynasty we are. We are Valyrian, but we also have our own family that's part of the Valyrians, and we went for the golden sun here, and our motto is dragon flame and the sun's gleam. So this is our little region here. So we are on the east side of the map, like I said. These are the rest of the world right now, but we are over here right above Lys, and this is our little area, this little town here. We only have 600 men right now. We do have a decent amount of gold, which is good, but this is our dragon. We have Sunflare here. I know, close to Sunfire, but I know, not original, whatever. But she looks beautiful. She's golden. She's got the purple wings. I try not to give her too crazy of traits. It's mainly just accepting, cooperative, friendly, supporting, and stuff that I want her to be like a nice, like my best friend. Now this is us. We do look a bit nasty right now. Let me fix that. All right, there we go. Much better. We look a little bit better with the clothes. So yeah, firstly, we have to find a wife, and let's get started. Before I do that though, before we find a wife and we deal with all of our councils and stuff, I just want to tell you guys my plan. So my first plan is to conquer pretty much all of these areas here are not in one kingdom. So you see lists here, Tyros, Mir, Pentos, and all these other places. We pretty much want to take all over these little areas first. So that'll be our first plan, is to pretty much own this entire area of smaller counties, and then we can start to maybe go for Tyrosh or Lys or Mir. Before we end up going to the Iron Throne and taking this over, I would like to take over most of this area here. And on top of that, I need to make allies really bad. So Dorne is always a good possibility, but we'd have to marry in, so we'll see what we can do about that. And I probably will ally maybe with Bravos. It would be nice to be able to take over, like, of course, this entire eastern continent, just everything over here. But I think we need at least one ally, and I think Bravos might be our best bet. So yeah, conquer all of this, conquer this entire area, make an ally, probably Bravos, and I have at least one ally in the Crown Lands and such, and that might end up being Dorne, because they're independent. So if you've played this game before, you would know that in order to really make progress in the game, and one of the first things you need to do is find a wife and breed. Unfortunately, all the wives here either didn't have the right stats or were children. They were either really young, or their stats were bad and they didn't have good traits. So my wife to start was actually pretty bad, which is really unfortunate. Although their alliance that they gave me was a part of Bravos, and they had around 2,000 men. So that did help out a tiny bit. But for the most part, these wives really sucked. So now, with a wife and a tiny alliance of 2,000 men, it is time to scour the map and hopefully raid one of these places and make it our own. Now, there are several places nearby us, but now we have to pick one and go to war. So we decided to take this little piece of land right next to our capital. They do have the man advantage. As you can see, they have 1,500 men as well as more gold, but we, however, have a dragon. So it's off to war, and unfortunately, for some reason, the game is not letting me raise my other levies. As you can see there, I have 600 men, 500 levies, but only 86 and 100 is going to get raised, and we're about to get pummeled by a 1,600 army. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? So even with that great victory, somehow winning that, the war is not over. We still have to conquer their territory, and we still need to come out with a win. So fortunately here, I managed to figure out how to raise all of my men. The game has never done that to me before, so I was a little confused, but we managed to figure it out, and we go into this battle here. Oh my god. Sunfire has greatly helped you in this side of battle. Let's go! Let's go, Sunflare! So our Dragon Sunflare there really came in clutch and helped us win that last battle. So one thing I realized as I was doing this was we don't have enough men to siege their castle, and we have to siege their castle in order to take their territory away. So we had to call our ally here, not to win these little wars here, but to be able to siege the castle and actually take their capital. But something happens in the middle of war, something kind of unexpected.
Yay!
Yes! She's pregnant. She's pregnant. It better be a boy. I swear it better be a boy. So our wife ends up actually falling pregnant, which is really good for us. And I'm not saying I want a boy because I'm misogynistic. I'm just saying that I want a boy because then we can have an heir, and in case we die, we now have a son to take over our lands and titles. Unfortunately, however, something else happens pretty unexpected here. Ooh. Why? So yeah, unfortunately, the Free City of Lys, or at least a section that's a part of Lys, wants to go to war with us. For what reason, who knows. So it's very unlucky here. They want to take over our land even though we basically own nothing. And this really sucked because we didn't even finish breaching this walls to this castle of our other war. So now we have to hurry up, end this war, which we will win soon, and then have to go to war with the entire city of Lys while raiders are coming through. And they came through with 3,000 men, almost 4,000 on our capital right now. What are we going to do? But notice the calm, cool, and ugly, collected face of our commander here, who knows his men, knows his people, and has faith in himself and his dragon. He will come out on top no matter what the odds are. So with the first war about to be over and our conquered first territory, it still doesn't feel like a win because we still have to protect our homeland, which is currently being invaded. Charge! Charge! Protect your homeland! Come on, lads! Come on! Oh no. Yes! 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 Victory is ours! Yes! We got a son! We got a son! Let's go! So we managed to drive the invaders from our homeland. It only gave us about 40% war score, so we still have a lot of fighting to do, but the first part is over. I was worried there for a moment, but we managed to win that fight, and during that, our first son was born. We have Ballas here. May you go strong and wise, my son. You will be king one day. What? What happened to my wife? Oh no. No more kids for me for a while. What? And as fate would have it, our firstborn son, our true heir to our kingdom, is born sickly, and his destiny is in the dragon god's hands. Oh no, please not our son. $919 gold? Let's go. Nice. So we won the war that was put on top of us that we didn't even ask for. But in that war, because we won, we ended up getting 900 gold. And I ended up spending that on creating some new buildings so we get some more taxes. Also raising our army and getting some more men to hopefully win us some more wars, because we are really running low on men here. Our dragon helps a lot in our war score, but our surrounding neighbors all have thousands of men and we're still stuck with 600. So yeah, this was actually a great war for us and netted us some good profit. No way. No, bro, no. Are you kidding? Bro, and my wife has reduced fertility, bro. We're cooked. We're cooked. So it was a very sad day for the Golden family. We lost our heir and child, and our wife, like I said, has reduced fertility, which means we won't be having children anytime soon. So if we die, that's the end of the game, unfortunately. So yeah, that really hurt us, but we do have a glimmer of hope. Oh my god, yes! Okay, we lost a child, but we got more children. Yes, let's go. So now we can give the eggs to our children if we ever have any more. So as you guys saw, we did lose our child, but our dragon actually hatched some eggs. How? No idea. But our dragon managed to have babies and eggs, so now we can give those eggs to our future children, and they will also bond with dragons, so we can actually become a dragon riding family. So it isn't as good as having our son and our heir. Again, if we die, it's over, but we do have dragon eggs now, and now with our broken heart, it is time to turn that anger and sadness into conquer and to take over the other lands nearby. Also, real quick, I should mention in that last clip, I was getting concubines, which is basically just more wives, mostly because, like I said, my wife has reduced fertility and we need to make sure we have an heir and a child. So I was pretty much just grabbing a concubine just to make sure that we end up having a kid. What? Oh my god, Aegon won. Okay, so I should mention this is a book only thing where Aegon does this, and I had it set to random. You can have him never invade Westeros or invade Westeros and win, and I had it set to random, so it'd be random if he won or lost the war, but it is kind of book accurate. But I didn't expect him to win, so that is really crazy, because now he has Joffrey as prisoner. Oh my god. He has Dorne, the Westerlands, the Vale, and the North all belongs to Aegon. The only things that are left are the Stormlands, which is Renly, the Reach, which is the Tyrells, and the Riverlands, which of course is the Tullys. So this is gonna be insane to take over. How many men does he have? 50,000! So as you can see, Aegon took over almost all of Westeros. He's got the North, he's got Dorne, he's got most of the important locations on his side as well as all of the men. But I had a trick up my sleeve, just in case we ever need it. We'll see how this pays off later. Okay, so I have a plan, because right now, even if we conquer all of this, I don't know if we'd win. I do have a little bit of a plan here that might either fuck up this whole run or save it. But yes, we had another son. Alright, we have little Heirs here. Finally have another son by one of our concubines. With Aegon taking over everything and having all of the allies and the men, we now really need to expand more than ever, and we'll see if our plan comes to light later on. But as you guys can see there, we ended up having another son from one of our concubines, which is really good because it doesn't count as a bastard. It is our true born son, and he is now our heir. He's going to come in clutch later with giving him lands and such, which we'll get to later on. It's not that big of a spoiler, but here I'm just deciding what we're going to do, who we're going to attack, because Mir took over most of the undisputed land, so I'm in a tough spot. Alright, I mean, we could take these little areas here. We could take these areas here. They have about 1,000 men apiece, and we could take it, but we're at our domain limit, so I think we're going to go for Pentos and try to divvy this stuff up. So we're going to try it. We'll see what happens. So while going to war with Pentos for a little nation close by to our land right now, our Dragon Sunflare decides to clutch up for us and kill some of their commanders, which greatly turns the tides in our favor in this war, but this will not be the end. So while this war is going on, however, I decide to do a little tricks and find out where Daenerys is living and try and sway and seduce her to hopefully get somewhere with her. But during this war, this is kind of the best that we can do at the moment. We win, we win, we win, we win. Yes! Yes! Yes, let's go, let's go! During the war, though, something does happen that I wasn't expecting, but really helps out our family here. Oh my god, hold on. Let's go. He hatched a dragon egg. Baylax, he has a dragon. Let's go, son. So as I was conquering lands, however, let's say our Daenerys scheme went too well. We ended up having a child with her, but unfortunately we are not married, so now it's a bastard, and I have the option here to either keep it quiet, which doesn't make the kid my true born son and they won't know who the father is, or we tell everyone and Daenerys hates us more, but this will be our true born son. So I have to make a decision here. Okay, so I'm not sure what I want to do about this, I won't lie. Okay, so unfortunately, we lost the war to Pentos for one reason only. I wasn't commanding my armies, and I'm not sure why the game isn't letting me do that. I have to manually do it every time, and I forgot. We ended up losing the war, unfortunately. So what we have going on here is that Lys is actually in debt right now. So I didn't say it there, but we ended up keeping the child a secret because I want the opportunity to marry Daenerys later. We'll see how that goes. I maybe should have misplayed it there. I maybe should have made this son my own and let him be my trueborn, and that might have been a mistake, but you know, we'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, here we end up going to war with Lys because they are in debt and we have no lands to conquer, and they were honestly the best place to because they will give us more gold and they are right next to us with the least amount of men. So yep, we're at war with Lys. While we're at war with Lys, however, another nation, I think it's just a small land next to us, I don't think it's like me or anything, but another person decides to go to war with us, which really sucked and really confused me because we are already about to beat Lys, but we have to conquer a few other places before we get to fully win the war, and here these guys come trying to mess everything up. Oh my god. We did it. Oh my god, we did it. And we're in another war already. This is crazy. Wow. So now we're really starting to steamroll. So now we own all of Lys. And we don't have a lot of men, I won't lie. But with our dragon and combined men-at-arms, we're doing pretty well. And our gold skyrocketed from that fight. So that really helps us out because that's what we were lacking. So I didn't get us winning the second war on camera, however, as you can see from our gold prestige and men, we skyrocketed. So those two wars really helped out, especially conquering Lys. Now we're getting more taxes. Also, it just skyrocketed our base gold in general. So this is really good for us. But here, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to beat Aegon. And at this point in the run, I was feeling pretty discouraged. But I noticed something that would help us greatly. Oh my god, we can take Myr. Oh my god, we can take Myr. Myr is right here for the taking. We have to take Myr. We have to take Myr. Oh my god, we have to. We don't have a choice. So before I could take Myr, I have no idea why I didn't clip this. I have no idea where the footage is for this, and I really apologize. But Tyrosh decided to just declare war on us for taking over Lys. So what ends up happening here is we go to war with Tyrosh, and we end up winning. But what happens during the Battle of Tyrosh actually won us this game, pretty much. Oh my god, we're rich! We're fucking rich! Oh my god, Myr split up. Oh my god, Myr split. Okay, so Myr split right now. We can take all of it now. Oh my god, yes, okay. So this is just me going to war with the broken up lands of Myr and taking everything over. It's really not a fight. They maybe max have like 2,000 men. We have 8,000 and a dragon, so we pretty much take this very easily. But this does not mean we take over the rest of the continent. So we managed to conquer most of the eastern lands. We pretty much did Lys, Myr, and a little bit up here. So we're going to finish taking up here, and then Braavos, Pentos, and Tyrosh are next. But if we look at them, Tyrosh doesn't have a lot of money, but 13,000 men, 3,000, and 18,000 men for Braavos. So realistically, we're gonna take Pentos hopefully and get this whole area situated. So one issue I'm also running into is that besides our domain limit here in the top right, this whole area is cities, not a lot of castles, so we aren't getting as many men as I would like from our our conquering. Let's go. Oh my god. We took it all. So yes, we managed to take over Pentos, but it is not all of it. Tyroge and Bravos are still very well in the picture and could destroy us, but this definitely helped us out a lot. Oh my god, we can found an empire. Let's go. Let's found a new empire. So after taking over all of Pentos and making a new empire, we decided to take Bravos, which is a very, very hard territory to take. It was a lot of back and forth. That's mainly why I didn't clip it and put it in the editing process, because it was just a lot of back and forth and running around. But we managed to take Bravos. We did it! We did it! Oh my god, we did it! We did it! Oh my god, look at our domain limit. Holy, let's go. Oh! Whoa! 46,000 men? Oh my god. Even with the men we have though, 56,000. This right here, 80,000 men is beyond us right now. But as Kobe would say, job's not done. We still have Tyrosh to go through and all these lands, which is going to be the most annoying part because there's so many just independent little places. But Tyrosh is going to be like our next big one. So I'm kind of going to fast forward through all of this because we've done a lot and I just want to get this whole eastern continent to ourselves. So as you can see on the bottom right of our screen, we are at war with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think that was about 8 different places. We're at war with almost 10 different counties, and we're taking them all over just to hurry this process up. And they were little islands, so it wasn't that hard to just go in, take their main castle, their main stuff, and then just win the war like we just did there. So yeah, we're just cleaning up this entire east side of the map, and we finally have a glimmer of hope of defeating the Iron Throne and taking over the entire world. But it's still going to be a process. So are you guys ready to see what it looks like now? We have the entire east side of the map is finally ours. We own all of this. The only thing that we're missing is this little area right here alongside the Pirate Isles next to these stepstones and stuff here. So these are a little annoying, but everything else for the most part is ours. But unfortunately, all things must come to an end. This video is going to end here. Next video, we will be taking over Westeros. But as you can see, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it with our character. We are 62 years old. It took us almost like 30 to 40 years to complete this whole side. So that was the first part of taking over Westeros. We managed to do a lot in this run. I'm sorry I couldn't fit everything into the video. The next video, part 2, we will make sure that we get in more of the important and action-packed stuff, but it'll be a lot of fun. We have kids, we have a Dragon Rider family, and now we have our entire land to ourselves, and next is taking Aegon's throne. Even though he has the entire Westerlands on his side, all of the North and Dorne, everything belongs to him, but we will give it a fighting try. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you subscribed and give me a like. Thank you guys so much.